Creepers! Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you guys are tuning in and creeping with. It's a little later. It's actually early for me, but it's a little later than we normally creep. I got the coffee fired up, and I do appreciate you guys tuning in and creeping with. I may have already said that. I digress. It's cold, it's rainy, it's gonna be a home vlog. Stay tuned. I'll probably just creep around the Simpsons Cave here, the Creeper Cave. It's gonna be a good day. Yeah, it might be even a good day to fire up the arcade. It's got the bowling and the original Simpsons game, which is so fun. So glad I bought this. And we got Bart and Maggie chilling here. Picked up Bart the other day in Southeast Portland. I actually cruised by a house and saw him just sitting on a chair next to this little like alien dude. And I just went up and knocked on the door, and the nice girl working, or not working, but the nice girl living at the house said she had just been working all night and was a little tired, so she was confused on how random it was, but I offered to buy Bart, and she said yeah. And then we'll get into some other stuff here in a minute, but she also gifted me with the Crusty watch, which is from the original Burger King Simpsons watches. I think there was a total of 5 of them. I thought I had the whole set, but I'm still missing, I think it's the barbecue one. So yeah, just kind of getting the collection all categorized, or however you want to call it, just, you know, put with all the pieces that it should. Like I'm trying to, I don't know, just kind of keep the toys and all the little trinkets and whatnot together. My good buddy Justin gifted me these little awesome Simpson cups for my birthday this year, which are very rare. These like were in the little quarter machines back in like I think 2000s, like 99, 2000. And there's some really rare, some really rare pictures. If I can get that to focus. I really like this one, it burns. Come on, there we go. Mr. Burns released the hounds. Yeah, some of these are just really rare. Uh-oh, Martin Prince took a dive. So yeah, just kind of keeping everything together. And eventually want to get this put up on like a little shelf next to the actual Simpsons Sing the Blues. And I've been on the lookout for the record. I want to find the original record, and I've also got the old school Bart Butterfinger poster, which was a mail-in back in the day. You would buy the Barterfingers, and then after you bought like 3 or 4 of them, you could mail them in. On the backs of these were like horoscopes too, which were pretty dang cool. And if you had, you know, 4 or 5 of them, and I think like maybe $4 or $5, you could mail it in, and they would send you the poster, which was cool. And I also mailed in the extra little coupon that was inside. Oh, I think it was one of the original Simpsons Illustrated, where you could mail off for the Butterfinger Watch too, which is pretty rare. Yeah, in fact, in the very first Simpsons Illustrated, I just took this out of the frame just so I could show you guys. Here was that original mail-in certificate for that watch. You had to send in 3 of the Simpsons Butterfinger candy bar wrappers and $14.99 check or money order. And I remember my mom writing out the check for me. Saved up some lunch money and stuff. And then my buddy Travis gave me, I think it was the 3rd final Butterfinger wrapper that I needed, because at the time I was trying to save it. And he was like, well, if you mail them in, you can get the watch. So he gave me one of his, which was way cool. And speaking of comics, got the Bongo Comics here, #1 Itchy and Scratchy, and the very first Simpsons Comics and Stories, which they went to right after the release of the Illustrated, Simpsons Illustrated. And then I also got this cool photo that I mailed away for one of the original prints back in '92. Matt Groening came here to Portland, hired these guys to create a giant mural. I'll see if I can find that. I do have the picture of it somewhere, but this is like an actual photo of that mural being created right there off of 4th and Burnside, right behind Voodoo Donut, which is ironic because then years later Voodoo Donut used the pink coloring on their box, and they also have a Homer donut. And then this is kind of something funny too, the Simpsons always predicting things. If you look closely here, this was Disney's Adventures, and if you can see there, circa 1994, the Bart Rocks little magazine there where Simpsons teamed up with Disney, and then years later are now owned by Disney. So kind of cool, kind of just a rarity to the collection as well. And I originally just had this as the calendar, but this was the very first Simpsons 1990 calendar, and if you can see there, Bart's autograph, that's actually legit. Well, the kid that was, you know, the guy that was playing him that day. We went to Clackamas Town Center, the mall here, and the Simpsons did a meet and greet, which was pretty cool. They were all dressed up in their costumes, and I was able to get Bart's autograph that day. And I thank my dad again for taking these pictures. And we did a whole vlog on that actually, but that was really cool. Lisa needs braces. Dental plan. Matt's mom there, Marge, hanging a cell that Matt gifted her for Christmas, and it's all about how Matt Groening and the Simpsons all started here in Portland, and how Homer, Matt's dad, actually was a cartoonist as well, and talks about, you know, all the connections to Portland, including the real clown Rusty Nails, who was a slight imitation or, you know, inspiration for Crusty. And I picked up the chessboard a while back. I think I showed you guys when it was all pieced together, and this is kind of on topic. I got my raisins here too, which the Simpsons did a California Raisins little episode with their Treehouse of Horror episode, is one of my favorite ones. But yeah, I wanted to show the raisins real quick too, and the Noid, Will Vinton Creations. Somebody just recently asked me in the comments what's my favorite, you know, season, and it is the first season, but my very favorite of all time are the Tracy Almond skits, and here they are looking like they were back in the day when Matt was still drawing them. They actually did these toys of them, so you can kind of see the difference there. Well, you can really see the difference, and they talk.
They're just playing, Homer. Let go, Lisa. So, I like the punching bag sound. You go tell them if you don't like it. Sorry, Dad. Now play friendly, children.
Act like a lady.
But we don't want to play friendly.
Do you hear that? The punching bag.
We want to play rock.
I can't sleep with that racket.
Yeesh, what a grouch.
Go tell him to knock it off.
Come on, Bart. You can punch better than that. Let me try.
I said do it. Now move it.
But you're a nerd girl.
Why, you little...
Another one of my favorite pieces here is Groening, Kid Robot. I'm not sure if Kid Robot's still doing his Simpsons collabos, but he's such a great artist. Yeah, it's one of my favorites, Matt there with Homer, with Homie. And pretty much back in the day, you couldn't go into any store and not see all the Simpsons, especially the Bart merchandise. I actually had that poster at one point too, and the cardboard cutout. But the merch was everywhere back in the 90s. I think this is inside of a JCPenney's. Yep, from towels to posters to hats, which I have a couple of those hats too. The old 90s edition when Homer was all mad. Why, you little. And some more of the Burger King collection, the dolls, which were the very first ones, which I absolutely loved. You had to buy like a little mini blueberry muffin, and then you could get the dolls. Then they did the round of the little plastic camping episode, which was hilarious. But did you know there was actually a second round of those dolls that never got made? And I actually have one of the prototypes of Crusty. They were going to do a ton more drops. They even had some prototypes of them, and it never happened. But I did manage to get the Crusty one and an actual box of Crustios. Hey, buy my cereal. And I'm very happy to announce that I will be having some stickers come in, which is the channel icon. But I got the icon from when Pete Gomez, one of the illustrators for the show, actually Simpsonized me. So look out for those, and if you want one, get a hold of me. Yeah, he did me some little sketches here. My brother actually got those for me. He met Pete at a brewery, and he said my brother's such a huge fan, and he pulled those up right on, I think it was an old Facebook account or something like that, and my brother said he sketched me out, Simpsonized me right there on the spot. So thanks again to Pete Kid Flash Gomez, and look out for them stickers. Also, here's another one of my kind of favorite rare pieces here, the Bart Hang Around, which is I love the old school. I just love the old school boxes too, the green and pinks. Just kind of brings back that, well, back then that's what it was, with the older looking characters there by Bill Morrison, which is so awesome. But yeah, the Bart windsock, just hanging around, man. Yeah, I got this years ago down at the coast. That's going to do it for today. If you guys are new here, make sure you hit that red subscribe button. That'll dial you into being a creeper today. You can also ring that bell. That way when I creep, you guys will be the first to creep. And if you did enjoy this, give it a thumbs up. Till next time, creeper out for now. Peace.